Marina here for Mobuzz TV on Tuesday, March 20th with yet another gripe against DRM. Last week we mentioned how DRM was generally futile as people were coming out with ways around it all the time. Well, it turns out it's also a big waste of retail companies' time and resources. Deutsche Telekom's music downloading service MusicLoad, one of the largest such services in Europe, is apparently reporting that 75% of the calls that their customer service centers receive are the result of problems with DRM. So labels insist on shackling their products, customers get frustrated and pissy about it, and the retailers are the ones who have to clean up the customer service mess. DRM, making enemies everywhere. It's so much more fun to make friends, isn't it? Which is one of the things the internet is truly great for, bringing folks together. And there's a big experiment underway to see how successfully the web can do this around a complicated common cause. Wired has started up a project with newassignment.net to try to harness the power of citizen journalism on an unprecedented scale. The project is called Assignment Zero, and it's a giant effort to coordinate professional and volunteer journalists to cover wide-ranging, multifaceted topics. The first subject chosen for this experiment is, aptly, crowdsourcing and peer production as it's emerging in all aspects of web culture. Their assignment desk, where they chop up the topic into smaller assignments, already has 5 pages of subtopics, which they plan to have farmed out to individuals and groups, coordinated and edited in about 2 months' time. Crowdsourcing to investigate the dynamics of crowdsourcing. But of course. In search news, there's a new development in the Microsoft versus Google saga. A while back, Microsoft was toying with the idea of paying people to use MSN Search. So poorly was it doing against the Google monster. Now they're reviving the idea in a slightly different form. Someone got a hold of internal memos outlining a plan to offer companies free deployment and training services if, in exchange, the companies promote the use of MSN Search among their employees. I guess that'd mean setting it as the default and other such measures, but really, if employees don't want to use it, if it's an inferior search service, how's this gonna help? I mean, you can only bribe people to use your products for so long before you actually just have to go out and create a better product. Man, you know a new medium has not just arrived, but actually moved past arrived and probably somewhere into yesterday's news when they get their own awards. Blogs have had them for ages, and now it's YouTube's turn for the promotional self-love fest of a series of best-ofs. March 25th may seem like a bit late to be announcing the best user-generated videos of 2006, but we'll try not to nitpick on that point. There will be 7 categories for the awards: Most Inspirational, Most Creative, Best Series, Best Comedy, Musician of the Year, Best Commentary, and Most Adorable Video Ever, which better go to the piano playing cat or this game is so rigged. Some of these categories don't seem fantastically well thought out though. Most Creative, I mean, what are the criteria for measuring that? It would be more fun if they had sort of spoof categories, took themselves less seriously, like Best Embarrassing Video or Best Lip Syncing, or even some worsts like Web Razzies. How about Worst Attempt to Gain Fame Through YouTube? The possibilities there are endless. And finally, if you think that your mad skills at your favorite car racing game translate into mad skills on the road, think again. In an unfortunate blow to games enthusiasts who might prefer to think that games bring them nothing but good stuff, and the occasional thumb blister, a study in the Journal of Experimental Psychology showed that subjects, quote, who play more virtual car racing games were more likely to report that they drive aggressively and get in accidents. The article does comment that the riskiest driving group, young men, were also those more likely to be gamers, so perhaps the correlation could be explained thusly? Anyways, it's too bad to have to concede anything to the video games are bad for you crowd, so boo. That's all for today. Until next time, what category of YouTube Video Award would you like to see instead of the super lame Most Creative category? And by the way, what's the cute little nickname for the award gonna be, huh? A Tubi?